Let's get it on. Yeah, the boy genius is a dumb. Okay, so the aliens were a background noise. If you're gonna do that, at least have a lot of like character development and. But everyone was boring and one dimensional, right? The only character development we had was the eye, Morrow a little bit. Everyone else is so one dimensional. But
yeah, I mean,
wasn't.
That was meant to be the season finale. A bunch of random soldiers running around. And then we cut away. And then we go back to soldiers walking around going, the AI uprising, I suppose. Yeah, severely disappointing season finale. Just again, stupidity for characters that are supposed to be highly intelligent. The fact that this company was thwarted so damn easily by Wendy. I mean, obviously Wendy's quite capable of doing such a thing, but the fact that they put her in a situation where she was so easily allowed to do it is just laughable. Let's talk about the boy Wonder.
The idiot.
8 episodes, man, of this character that, like, yeah, okay, there's probably an egotistical thing about him, but I don't see one redefining quality of him being super smart. What did you think was going to happen? Boy genius.
Yeah, I know. Boy, dumbass.
This genius who's looking for a challenge, basically. That was his whole ego, was to find a intelligent life form that he could have a proper conversation with.
Has he done anything smart?
Not really.
Not really. Like, nothing.
I mean, saying that, none of these characters have really done anything smart.
It's like he's so smart. He's so much smarter than everything. He feels like he's the only person on Earth because he's so intelligent.
Yeah.
But he's the biggest dumbass that only had 4 security guards.
That somehow allowed all this to happen. Like let's not forget the fact that he just walks into their cage. Which it's established by his protecting father, what do you want to call it? Atom, I believe his character's name was. That it's not going to hold these Siths if they really wanted to break out. Okay, fair, cool. But he puts himself in a situation right in front of them, takes out his only guard, and then is in a situation now where he has to run away for his life to evacuate. Like, where's the smart in that?
And what was the point in that?
Yeah.
The last scene where he was with, like, let's find someone weak. And they didn't. He didn't. He just walked into the cage.
Never got around to it.
Like, what was the point of that whole thing? Like, I was excited. That was probably the thing I was most excited is I wanted to see him get the eye into an actual human.
I wanted to see how smart this thing was. Oh, we got a cliffhanger. There's a zombie now eye.
Yeah.
I mean, I was waiting for that to come back into the episode.
No. It leaves us in a cliffhanger, but I couldn't care less about it.
It's so anticlimactic of a climax, man. I just don't give a crud for a season 2, man.
It's disrespectful because there was no nice ending as well. It was all set up like he wakes up at the beach. Yep, set up for the next episode. They're on their way on the bloody helicopters set up.
What the hell, man? That should have been like basically the opening of this freaking episode, with Yutani clashing with Prodigy, which would give justification to how Wendy and the others, and including the Xenomorph, are able to destroy the other side of Prodigy, because most of this military forces defending Prodigy are distracted with Yutani. You know, like, they cut the corner in terms of the budget on the show severely.
Oh my god, yes.
If they give us a little couple seconds, the only real conflict we get in this is between Kirsch and Morrow. And even that is so briefly interrupted.
So brief.
It's like this whole big build up to Morrow's character too, only for him to be taken down like that, captured, recaptured, and left again on another cliffhanger for the following season. Like, where was his alternate plan? Because we get introduced to Morrow, episode 1 and 2, and the mystery behind him. He's highly intelligent. He's like 3 steps ahead.
He's behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, he's manipulating and pulling all this stuff. So when this was his whole plan. This is the pitch that he told to Yutani, that we need to do an incursion. I was waiting for his big master plan to come into effect, but after the previous episode, it's like that's it. That's all I got.
No, that's it.
It's just like, the fuck? And of course, he's shown as being really capable and military efficient, but the moment where he has a face off with Kirsch gets the better of him. He has to have a monologue that causes enough time to be a distraction, and Kirsch kind of gets the
Classic,
advantage.
absolute classic trope.
Yeah, it's such. It's just freaking lazy writing, man.
So lazy.
It was the most abysmal, single-layered season of a show, and the fact that it's an Alien product is an insult to the original material. And again, it's our worst fears because everybody said Disney. Really, Disney is going to do this Alien thing. They better do it right, and they didn't.
No, at least there's blood, so they didn't go the full pussy route with it.
There's blood, but it's an afterthought.
Yeah,
For the most part. Yeah, there's moments where there's violence and all that, but it's so it's designed only to like say, hey, keep your eyes on the screen, and then the second it gives you your attention again, it just goes back to this mundane flat storyline. It had its few moments. It had a few interesting plot narratives that like it could have gone somewhere with, like Morrow, Kirsch, Nibs, and Wendy, to say the least. But their execution by this final season, there's no catharsis for any of them.
No, it just dies up the arse in a boring way.
Like, I wanted Boy Wonder to get his just desserts. Like, I would love to have seen a sequence where the eye, instands for him, or someone he actually cares about gets killed because of his own stupid incompetence. Because I wanted to be the plot twist of like, this is my plan from the beginning. Because these characters are supposed to be intelligent, but nothing they do is intelligent. Even the androids do stupid things, man. Wendy's plot armors kind of got a bit annoying. Not only can she control monitors and switch technologies that's all online with Prodigy, she can also control androids that are part of that as well. This character is supposed to be introduced before the events of Aliens, before the events of Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, where, like, according to those movies, the androids have advanced even greater. But she's basically Superman of all these androids now. Like, she's got such she's got a superpower that is just going to destroy any further in plot. And if they do get the season 2, apparently they are, it's already been greenlit, I guarantee you $1 million that they find a way to disable those special abilities to make them more grounded.
Yeah,
it's like the character 11 in Stranger Things. She's psychic. She's able to control things with her mind. But each season they find some stupid plot narrative to have her away from the drama, or subdue her powers. I guarantee they do the same thing with Wendy, just to make it a little bit more of a challenge for whatever it is to come next.
But they should have just done that in the first. They should have done that in the first place. It seemed like they wrote it. It's like, oh my god, it's so bad. How can we fix this shitty ass script? Or let's do Wendy gets more powerful and
more powerful. Not only can she control machinery, she can also communicate to an alien xenomorph species and basically be her pet dog, which is severely a disservice to the alien species. I've said in the previous reviews, I was waiting for this alien to turn on her. Wendy was just a means to an end, because the alien is intelligent enough to know that it's stuck on an island with these stupid people, and that when the second it finds an escape route, it would just like say, psych, tear Wendy in half or something for her to learn a freaking valuable lesson. Mm-hmm. But no, if they're making the alien look like the good guy, well, they're not. I think it's quite clear to me they've turned Wendy and the Lost Boys into the villains of the story, which is fine. Okay, like it looks like, we have to feel empathy for them because they're the ones that were being scientifically experimented on and tortured. So
there's two bad guys now. There's the two good guys.
The thing is, we're supposed to be rooting for Wendy and all that, but I have no reason to be rooting for her. Like, she's in her own self-righteous morality. She's killed so many innocent people. willingly.
Yes.
She's commanded the Xenomorph to kill security guards and science workers and lab assistants, and now has contained all the key characters, I guess, to be captured by Yutani, which we will eventually find out that Yutani is the real evil of this world.
Well,
But like, I don't see her as the good guy. I see Wendy as the villain of the story.
well, the boy genius is such a genius. He could have at least said like what you think. There could have been a dialogue where he's like, "What you think you're good," and then he talked about what you talked about. Like, dude, how many people have you killed?
Yeah.
And stuff, something to make her
But
rethink.
he's a fucking idiot. I don't understand why they thought he would represent this super high intellectual kind of Steve Jobs figure. Like, it makes no barren sense. The only character that really had any presence was Adam, and they shut down any fear factor of him when Wendy's just like, stop! Pajama time. It's just,
Plot armor time.
bro, I really wanted to try and like this show, man, but it reached a certain peak probably around episode 3, and then it just came crumbling down episode by episode.
Oh, it was trying hard, but even by then, I'm like, oh, I'm sure it's gonna get better. I don't know.
It didn't.
It went down. It's like it took a steep down and just like stayed down and just like.
And little beats of like, okay, cool. Okay, but it's not enough to salvage.
Even this episode had a couple of cool. It turned a bit into a horror a bit for a bit with the
eye. The eye is the only thing in the show that is intriguing.
Yeah,
but that's not the reason why I should be liking a show called Alien Earth. I've said it from the beginning. You know what I mean? It's just
the eye should be like the
yes
raspberry on the top. Okay, whatever you call it, you know.
The cherry on
the top.
Cream. Yeah.
So the whole island is this one kind of encapsulated area that, as a $1 trillion company, they wouldn't have like other people planted other places in case things go wrong.
Apparently they got like a whole city, a whole continent, but all their research and like technologies, from what I gather, is on this island, the Neverland Ranch.
With no security.
With no real security, except a bunch of soldiers going,
I'll never get over that. Oh, by the way, there was 30 of them in the last season. Like, what, 5 of them died. This episode, there was the 3 that were just like running. I don't know what the hell these 3 were doing. They were just like,
I know,
I'm so cool with my red hair. And like,
oh god, yeah, and like I love the gimmick now of like they always have to carry their guns like this, you know.
yeah,
It's just
like act like you've been around for a while.
I've had 2 days of training. I know what I'm doing. But
I didn't trust them at
I
all.
don't understand, like, because they're in column AB. We need to do this. We need to get extractor to this place, and then we need to do this. We need to go there, and we see the point of view of this military security from like the point of view of 4 of them. 2 of them, which were from episode 1, we don't get any at all character development from any of them at all. They're just
they're just boring.
She said it herself in episode fucking 6 or 7 that they're expendable. So yeah, okay, they're gonna die eventually. I mean, he didn't. We didn't see how he died. It was the cliffhanger. But
or maybe they live and then they're the ones that help Boy Wonder in the next season.
I don't know.
Boy Wonder only had 1 security guard on him. He should have 50.
They were faced off with the Lost Boys. Like, really, you've seen what they're capable of, especially from Nibs.
They're like,
Wendy.
and she opened the door and was like,
yeah.
oh, let's
I didn't
walk
see that
in.
coming.
And let's walk in like I'm a smart ass.
It's like you're playing chess and they go, checkmate. Oh, really?
Yeah, no shit. And he kind of knew that anyway.
Yeah.
He should have known that anyway.
And then he's running around like an idiot trying to find an extract. Like, oh, I'll give anyone $1 million, which I think in this point of view would be like $100. Like, I don't think $1 million means much in this world, especially when you're a trillionaire. Yeah.
There was a couple of things that could have been cool. There was one where an alien kills 3 people, but you only see, it was dark and you only see the alien. Mm-hmm. So that was another way to rip off the budget.
Yeah, they really try to hide the alien in action. Like, we get a few moments of it just standing around and smiling. But whenever it had to like attack and all that
It was in the
stuff.
background. It was like
was
close up of the old woman looking
background,
outside the window, and you heard
Bad
the
lighting.
the background
Or
sounds.
just segues. Yep. Like we got a bit of CG alien in episode 1, so I'm assuming most of the budget went into episode 1 with the spaceship crashing because
Oh, dude,
I
yeah.
don't really know where the CG went other than that, except the eye, of course. But
You know, a show's gonna be crap when that happens, right? Because it's like let's. Actually, I don't know if it's. I guess it's smart to put a lot of the budget in the first couple of episodes
to hook you,
to hook you. But yeah, how could you, man? If you're a writer, how are you not just depressed? Just like we wrote that, or maybe they didn't know what was going to come out till it came out.
maybe they were put at gunpoint, and that was like, whenever a writer said, "Can we do a redraft?" They just said, "No, this is what we're getting."
This isn't good for anyone. Like the only people that would watch this would be the original Alien fan.
Well, I'm an original Alien fan, and I am severely disappointed.
Oh,
And I would like to think majority of like true Alien fans, I mean, let's be honest, Alien fans. There's been a lot of terrible films, some are better than others, but in comparison to those films, this show is schmelly.
yeah, stanky.
Stank. It's rotten to the core, man, and it just gets more
Giving a
rotten.
bad name for TV shows too.
Yeah, especially I wouldn't call it an adaptation, but it's from a grounded source based movie.
It's got so much. Like man, we didn't even get to hear the iconic like the sounds of the guns go off. With in this episode, there was one freaking pea shooter shot silenced. I'm like, are they teasing us?
And at the very, very start of the episode, like we see the Xeno and he gets clipped by a bullet and it just seems to bounce off like a pebble. Were they using Nerf rifles?
Not safe here, man.
It sounded like it, eh?
It's like boink, like airsoft.
Well, maybe they purposely put suppressors.
Yeah, to try and stun it or something.
Yeah, and that didn't sound like a gun.
No, and it's never like we assume straight away, as you'll see in a review, that maybe they got their guns set to stun, like Star Trek or some shit.
Yeah,
But they clearly had no intention of capturing the creature. It was just like at this point survival until whatever happens. But there seemed to be no real plan of like getting out of that situation, especially from the boy Genius.
yeah.
And especially when this Yutani Armada was on its way, which we get 2 seconds of.
Like, okay, what's a classic alien type scene where they're stuck in a tunnel, like with like this water, and then they have to protect themselves against aliens? All right, that's like kind of a classic.
You
scene.
basically just destroyed the whole plot to Aliens, the second one.
They could have had a bit of this with the 4 idiots that the like they always had the gun like this. They could have had at least a little scene where they would have had the guns going off in a corner and trying to kill one of the aliens that was trying to come in. But they came at it the worst way, where it's like it's above you. And that's all
Every
we saw.
time.
We never saw like a cool gunplay scene or something that we would see in the original Aliens.
Like, I get there's only one alien. Well, there's 2 of them. One's still an infant. So naturally, they don't want to kill them off. Seriously, the first half of this freaking episode, it should have been a siege. It should have been Prodigy versus new tiny troops. All right, and during this conflict, the main cast formulate a plan to sabotage and escape. And that is the only real reason why they're able to get out of the situation, is because most of Boy Genius's troops are distracted fending off the Yutani siege. And not just, instead of having it how they have it, like they just let these androids stand there willingly in a closed capsule. They say they will break out of anytime they want.
Yeah, that's a whole episode.
And they're already self-aware of what Wendy's capable of. But they still let her to do those shit. They let her for the whole episode look at a monitor and play with it. And open access stuff.
Yeah,
I was
they
waiting
have no
for it
one overlooking what they're doing.
Yes. You put her in a black box. You isolate her. You sabotage her. I just remembered too. They have a weakness for Wendy. You remember in episode 2 or 3 when she was having problems with the hearing because the hearing was super sensitive? Mm-hmm. All they had to do to basically cripple Wendy again was to dial that friggin' decibel back up to how it was.
Yeah, they can control her.
And it never
the-
comes
the
into play.
monologue.
I was waiting for that to come back into play. You know?
Yeah.
She's capable of all this, great. Dial up to 11. She's crippled.
She's freaking going crazy on the floor.
Yeah.
And the brother's like, please, I'll do
Oh,
anything,
no,
you know?
no, I'm a feminine freaking boy.
Yeah, I'll cut my broccoli hair.
I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah, no, see, they could have done so many cool ideas, and they chose always the most mediocre, boring,
It was severely the most little effort, mundane
little effort.
option.
Like it's like the running of the mill,
Yeah.
small budget, one season, and then people forget about it
Yeah.
thing with such a big IP, you know. Yeah.
It needed a severe redraft and a rewrite and a whole new script writing crew.
They needed everything. The only thing they did right, okay, they had some of the, some of the themes are pretty cool. I guess, especially the first couple of episodes, it was very retro, and they made everything look like you were in the Alien universe.
Yeah.
And then it kind of lost that when they were in the island. They kind of lost that. It became more of a, futuristic military type show more than an alien show. I don't know. It lost its cool theme.
Yeah. It just.
Even the CGI kind of became crap. The aliens started to look a bit crap. And in the first episode, it was really cool because everything was done in the ship in the dark with like the flickering lights. The light was done really well.
It was the aesthetic.
But now they're trying to show it in the jungle and it doesn't look good. And they're not showing the best way to possibly show an alien. They're kind of just doing it.
Trying to avoid it as any turn they can.
Yeah.
I think we've given it enough shit.
There's nothing good though.
Yeah, there's very little good, and
We're
if
talking
there is,
about-
it's not worth talking about.
I mean, in this episode, there was, a bit of the horror. There was a bit of a horror thing going on. But then again, even that didn't really go anywhere. It was more just like the old, the classic creepy sound where it's like, with like the swings. Like they had that in the soundtrack where it's like, they had that, and that's pretty much all. That was the which was all right, but even that was overplayed. What was good? I didn't really like anything.
I guess all I can give it props for is its aesthetic. Even though sometimes in the outdoor stuff, it's like
Aesthetic, yeah.
But like, I can't really give this episode anything good about it except the Oculus octopus again.
Aesthetic, the Oculus, and the Oculus thing.
Whatever it's called. I'm just calling it the eye. It's,
Even though, like, I swear, the way to defend it is just do that and don't let go, and the Oculus wouldn't be able to.
well, I mean, the fact that like Joe had it in his hand, even though it's obviously trying to get to his eye, and then even Wendy at one point had it in her hand, and they didn't just go.
Squeeze it.
I can't imagine it's like a solid creature. It looks
It's an
like,
eye.
unless it's like an octopus where it's extremely squishy and it stretches and all that, but still, surely you'd be able to just flatten it. Because if its main head bulb works like an eye, that should be able to just squeeze it like a freaking grapefruit or something.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give that any part discredit because that was probably the one sequence, and you'll see in my reaction where I was like, ooh, when it's trying to get into the capsule and Joe's trying to like lock it out and then uses the feeder to get inside. Oh, that was the only scene in the whole episode, and probably arguably even the whole freaking show. Each episode, I was like, ooh, this is getting intense.
Yeah.
It's creepy. Yeah, I wanted to see a second round between a Xeno and an eye that was taking over a human host. I wanted to see a round two, and we didn't even get that. I was waiting for that Arthur, the reanimated Arthur, I think his character's name was, to come back into it. But no, he's probably just walking on water, trying to get to the mainland or something. I don't know. Freaking
Oh, yeah.
cliffhangers that don't work as a cliffhanger because there's no rewarded build up for it. It's just thrown in there at the last second. So, if you wait around for season 2, we'll get to see Arthur, zombie eye guy, back. Oh, okay. To which I'm pretty sure the wife is still yet aware of is dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she will, but she's going to get a surprise. Like, what the hell? Or maybe she might die before that. If she has plot armor somehow too. So
I mean, again, I was waiting for her to do something. because the whole time it's just been her
She's just
trying
like-
to like be at peace and subdue them with like, you know, psychological kind of treat them like kids. I was waiting for her to do something to like show more empathy towards them instead of just being like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for whatever I've done. It's like, yeah,
Which really wasn't
you don't.
anything.
But you don't say that. It's like, whatever I've done, I'm sorry. It shows that you don't know what you're sorry for. Anyway, and she's supposed to be a professional.
She did nothing. Her job was to assist with their transition from being children into a human adult synth body. You know, like she did what she could best, and if it wasn't for her, these children would have been more crazier. Nibs is the exception, of course, but
And did it help? It didn't help at all.
no. Well, because the script didn't want her to have help.
Yeah.
We're supposed to.
Yeah, so she was kind of counterproductive with the script anyway, or something. Like
She was just there when the script needed. Man, a lot of characters are just there when the script needs them to be. There's no real archetypal drive for any of these characters, and the problem comes from the stem that there is too many characters to balance within one season of a show. They had like even the Lost Boys. There was too many androids because those times they're from episode to episode where they're not even in the episode. They're absent or in the background doing nothing. You know,
Yeah.
like, if you're going to establish a theme or establish a MacGuffin or establish a character, you need to give them a follow through, whether it's a movie with 2 to 3 hour runtime or a TV show. By the beginning of introducing that character to the outcome of that character, there needs to be some kind of narrative arc.
Yes, like when you're looking at a detective board, you want the line. Okay, this is here, this is here. There's like 5 different things. You want each thing to line up.
Yes.
and make it like, how are we going to go from here to here in a smart way?
Yes.
where they didn't think of that.
No.
How to get each plot thing to intelligently go. Every single one was bad. Every single one. The only
Because they're all loose connections, man. Nothing tied in.
it was like a side quest that you didn't have to do.
Yeah, it was a lot of side quests. And again, you have to. I compared the show to Fallout.
Yes.
Like, I love Alien, but Fallout, even though you can't really compare it to, I have to. It knows how to set up a character arc. It knows how to set up a narrative arc. It knows how to set up an established theme or an item with a very, very rewarding payoff by the end of the show. This didn't have any payoffs because everything that happened in this episode 8 was generally irrelevant to what we've seen in the previous episodes.
Yeah.
Save for 1 or 2 things. Morrow and Kirsch is probably the only real payoff because they built them to have a conflict of some sort.
Yeah.
We established these two a rivalry of some sort, and we do get a very brief fight between them two. But again, it's quite anticlimactic because of how it occurs. But still, that's what the whole episode should have been about. Even Nibs' moment with the elderly woman is so short lived because it's off camera. It's all of a sudden, oh, she's captured. It's like,
and everything's in the background. You don't actually get to see it, even though seeing it wouldn't really matter. It's just, that's what they want to put like Peaky Blinders. Oh, it just happened, and now everyone's in this cell thing together. Yeah, dude. I honestly, this could have been the worst episode.
It's definitely up there.
Yeah. Okay, so best episode was probably 1, followed by 3, followed by 6.
I can't even remember, but the first one was
yeah.
probably the most interesting because it was introducing us to this world.
Yeah.
You know, it's the first impression of introducing a new person, and then shortly after that, you realize you hate this person.
Yeah. So this episode, the last episode, and this episode where it was kind of just it was just that side episode that we got to see what happened.
The filler.
I mean, even the filler seems like an incredible episode compared to this. Because at least we got to see what happened in the ship and...
Yeah, fair enough. But, yeah, I can't give that one too much credit because, again, it was an episode that really didn't give us anything new except one plot twist, which, again, doesn't have any follow-through because it's never really brought up again, which is the boy Wanda was responsible for the ship crashing. I don't think that ever has come back into play. Like, only Morrow, I think, at this point knows that information, and it's never used. So, again, irrelevant. It's freaking just little shit like that. anyone that knows basic scriptwriter 101 would know that needs to have a follow through of some sort.
Yeah, these are high paid, pretty up there
Yeah.
people. What I mean,
This is Disney.
to be a writer for Alien,
Yeah.
you need to be well paid. You need to know all this basic shit.
Well researched in the matter.
I feel like I could have written something this good.
I've already have written a better episode, just by simply having a few more elements to give us something more. But no, they couldn't do that. It was so severely lackluster, bro.
I want to look up. I bet you. I know how the writers would look.
I'm scared.
Alien Earth writers.
Pretty sure Noah whatever is one of them.
No, Holy Edmondson. Whoop. Interview with the Alien Earth casting. Oh no, I don't care about that. No, it's two writers, Noah Hawley and Ed Edmondson.
Noah directed a few of the episodes, and I wouldn't be surprised if Edmonton did as well.
I mean, go back to directing and get away from writing.
Or just go back to writing school.
Go back to primary school.
You want to wrap it up?
Yep, I'll give this season a 3.5 out of 10. Yep, that I'm very so disappointed. The only thing that we mentioned already, the only thing was like it had some cool visual themes. It felt like it was kind of in the Alien universe. Also, a couple of cool characters. Kirsch was cool, even though he doesn't really have much of a character arc. He kind of he's just flat the whole way. He's kind of cool. Morrow's all right, and the Eye, but everything else about it is bad. So I'll give it a 3.5 out of 10.
Even though I've established my dramatic hate for it, my rating is not as bad as yours. Funny enough, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10.
Oh, average. Okay, no, so we've got different thoughts around how come it's an average. You're comparing it to like every show, like Bold and Beautiful.
Well, generally, yeah. They've still got some things to be credit for, but I mean, anything below a friggin' 7 for me is bad. So, yeah, 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Oh, well, then mine is too low.
No, it's not. It's your vote. It's all good.
Yeah, what's an average show? An average show to me would be like, what's a show that came out recently that's like pretty average? And that's below. This is a below average show, I reckon. So, yeah, I'll say 3.5 or 4 out of 10. Below average. So boring, man. Luckily, if I was watching it by myself, I might have chucked a Jared. Let's be honest.
What's that?
I checked my phone. I would have scrolled through my phone.
Watched it at all, yeah.
Not watched it because it was just too boring. Yeah, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's our review for this goddamn show. Hopefully they don't make another one. If they do,
it needs to be severely redirected.
Yeah, if it does, and I don't know if I want to watch it periodically, episode by episode, like we are now. We should keep them like the periodic ones. We should keep for good shows, shows that are actually worthy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time on. Yeah.
I'm too under stress from that show to really.
I know.
Yeah, severely underwhelmed. Next time.
Bye.